Okay, so this is Guardian's Legacy, SIP project, and milestone for the semester. In our time working on this in the past 5 weeks of what our sprint has been, we have gotten our main navigation done. We have our player stats assigned and able to be uh, increased. You cannot decrease it under 6 in the actual uh, amount, and we can save it and then go back to it. So that is something. We have our basic pre-conceptualized concept of how we're going to do our node systems. We just used a drop-down menu for right now, so you can choose whatever your thing is, and it automatically updates its cost effect depending on how powerful your move is. Then you even get to name it. So we'll go move 1, and then we can save it. And then if you already have something that is slightly different, but it has the same name and you want to override it, it'll say your attack already exists with that name, press save again to overwrite. And then we go to overwrite. And then if we go back to our lists, we have our melee list and then our magic list where our move is. And it stores all of the data from that move. So far, we can't access it yet, but the functionality is there. We've worked on the balancing. That has been going on the entire time we've been playtesting. This is a functional build as it is right now. This is the actual build of the game that I'm playing through. And it is actually fairly hard to mess with anything to make it not work at this point. We've been trying very hard to make sure that everything goes exactly as we intended. So if I save a few of these attacks, we can see that we have um, our list in an organized manner where it actually will overwrite next to the next thing and just keep going down the line. So that is also done. We have combat halfway done. We have um, all of the math behind that. We also have all of our balancing for when we're going into what weapons are, what elements do, and what our effects are going to be. We have the intent for that. We have our GDD, which encompasses a large portion of that and what we're actually going to be doing with our green light project. With that, this will be greenlit, well, be pitched at green light at the end of the semester. We'll see where it goes from there. If not, we're still going to proceed along with our initial, which is once we polish this up and we get this to a workable state where we have our combat actually implemented, the next thing to do is then go into our next sprint immediately. So with that, we're just going to go straight into whatever our next genre is and finish that build with what we have now, and then we're going to go from there into our next build. So this is just showing that it starts up correctly, and as we have it now, there is no save feature, but that will be incorporated later. And as we can see, everything functions for what we have already. And that is our prototype as it is. And I think we've been pretty successful from coming from concept documents with a 5-week sprint.